Da-na-na-na-na-na, this is your birthday. Da-na-na-na-na-na, it's my birthday too, yeah. Y'all, it's my birthday week. It's almost my birthday. And I have some thoughts about that. I have some thoughts about my birthday that I'm going to share with you. And also, I just want to let you know my birthday is not until the 25th, so you have plenty of time to get me a present. Welcome to Heal and Grow with Nikki. I'm your host, nickiekrommingahill. Here we talk about everything: grief, hope, illness, work, family, tragedy, possibilities, fun stuff, and not so fun stuff. It's all on the table. Let's take a look at our lives and work to heal and grow together. I'm so glad you're here. Speaking of presents, a great gift to get yourself or me is something lovely from Jensen Natural Jewelers. Jensen Natural Jewelers just released 4 new collections last week, and they are all fantastic. Chris has the Power Stone collection, the Vibes collection, the Zodiac collection, and the Natural Wonders collection. Truly, every single collection is gorgeous, and I just know that you're going to find something that you love. And if you love discounts, and who doesn't love a discount, use the code Nikkie20, that's NICKIE20, at checkout for 20% off your purchase. You are going to love your new jewels. Okay, on with today's episode. Hey everybody, I'm back recording in my closet. I haven't been in here for a while, so it's nice to be back in my closet. Snowball is with me. She is eating her nightly peanut butter bone. You can probably hear her in the background. There's also a thunderstorm happening, so who knows what kind of extra sounds we're going to get on today's podcast episode. So yeah, my birthday is coming up in just a few days on Saturday, May 25th. Hey, a fun fact about me. I was born 5/25/75 at 5:25 in the morning, and I weigh 5.025 pounds. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy to me. I just love it. I think it's so fun. My middle name was supposed to be June because I was supposed to be born June 10th. But instead, I was born May 25th at 5:25 in the morning, so my middle name is Dawn. That's another fun fact about me, isn't it? Anywho's, I'm going to be 49 years old. 49! And you know what people think of when you say you're 49? 50. 50. Oh, hi Snow, are you done with your bone? Okay, I'm going to keep podcasting. Yeah, my next birthday is a big one, 50. But I'm content to stay at 49 for another year. When I was younger, I thought that 40 years old was old. You know, once you hit 40, it's all downhill from there. That has not been my experience. And I've never really thought about what life was going to be after I turned 40. Therefore, I haven't really thought about what life is going to be at 50 in my 50s. One thing I want to talk about, though, specifically today is my lovely friends. You know who you are. Several of you listen every week. I have a handful of friends that like to sit around and talk and complain about how old we are. You guys, we're getting so old. One of my friends in particular says, Nick, we're so old. Also, she's younger than me and she's saying this. People, I'm not old. Stop calling me old. Don't call me old. I don't think that we'd get old until we're like 90. Am I aging? Yes, absolutely. I'm aging. I am not able to do some of the things that I used to be able to do. I was weeding outside for like 20 minutes yesterday and I could barely walk when I woke up this morning. I mean, yes, my body is changing. My mind is changing. I'm definitely aging, but I am not old. Your thinking shapes your experience. Yes? So when we sit around at 50 years old, and I'm just going to be honest, a couple of these friends started in on how old we are when we turned 30. So if our thinking shapes our experience, which I believe, that means that sitting and talking about like the fact that we're elderly, which we're not, really takes a hold. I think the older, the more I sit around and talk about how old and elderly and sore I am and how I can't remember things anymore, I think the more I manifest that. So again, it's not that I'm denying the fact that I'm aging, because I am aging, very much so, but I'm not old. And I'm not going to say that about myself. And I'm not going to say that about anyone else, actually. If we want to talk about how it's not as easy as it used to be, okay, yeah, absolutely. I'm on board for that, because it's not as easy as it used to be. It's also nowhere near as difficult as it's going to be. Reminiscing about things is fun for me. Sitting and talking about how decrepit I am is not. I actually think that by talking about how old we are right now when we're super young, actually, is just an absolute waste of what little time we have on this earth. So I'm not going to spend time doing that. I also have a really interesting perspective on this working in a senior arts organization. I've talked about my job at Alive and Kickin' before. Alive and Kickin' is a senior rock ensemble. Right now, our ages are 62 through 89. And that is a huge age span in there. And yes, we've lost some people this year. And there are about 2 or 3 people in that cast that I would say, yep, that person is old. But I would not say that about anyone else, because these people are beautiful and they're active. Many of them are still working. A lot of them are traveling. They're adventurous. Like, I look at this group of people and I think that's going to be me. That's going to be me. I'm not afraid for my future, because I see how awesome it can be. And so I guess what I would like everyone to reflect on this week is the question, do you say that you're old? And if you do, why do you say that? Is it because you're actually like knocking on death's door? Or is it because you don't feel as young as you used to feel? Which, I mean, you're not as young as you used to feel. But why are you using the term old? And how is that word benefiting you? Can you change the narrative on that? Can you say, yep, I'm not as young as I used to be, but I'm still thriving? Or, yep, I can't do all the things that I used to be able to do, but the things that I can do, I kick ass at. Is there a way for you to reframe that? Because to be honest, I worry a little bit about these friends of mine that keep talking about how old they are, because I'm afraid that they're going to age prematurely. Maybe that's silly of me, but that's what I wonder. And I certainly hope that they stop grouping me with them when they say we're old, because I am not old. I am 49 and I kick ass. And 50 is going to be even better. I'm happy to wait the entire year to get there, but 50 is going to be good. 50 is going to be good. And I just feel grateful to be alive. I know that aging is a privilege. My mom died at 65, which is incredibly young. And that's not going to be me. I just feel fortunate to exist. Even with, all of the ailments that I talk about, and, even with all of that stuff, even with the parts of my life that suck sometimes, I still just feel grateful to be alive. And I hope that you do too. Hey, next week, we are talking to my best friend, Chris Karki. We are going to talk about the tornado in 1998 down in St. Peter, and how that shaped us, how that shaped who we are today. So I'm really excited for you to listen to next week's episode as well. I hope you're doing great, friends. I hope that you are healthy and that you are well. And as always, thank you for healing and growing with me. Mwah. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered legal, health, or professional advice. I am not responsible for any losses, damages, or liabilities that may arise from the use of this podcast. This podcast is not intended to replace professional medical advice.